Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce a great leader, a champion for the people of Georgia, and the best economic developer I know, my friend, Governor Brian Kemp.
Oh, thank you. Well, thank you all so much. Thank you, Jose. Jose, thank you so much for the kind words and that warm introduction. I'm proud to be here tonight with such a great leader and someone who has helped create so many jobs in our state, along with myself, a small business owner who fights every single day in our state. The nation's greatest First Lady, Marty Kemp's with us tonight. But I just so much appreciate Jose's kind words, and I was thinking about the UN Assembly being in New York, and probably after them being here this week and the traffic everybody had to endure, the last thing you want to hear is from another politician this week, so I apologize for that. But we are honored to be here tonight, both Marty and I, with an incredible team of people who have made our state the #1 state for business for 9 years in a row, who have brought unprecedented opportunities to literally every part of our state, and who don't slow down or stop when it comes to that mission. From the Georgia Department of Economic Development, our leader, Commissioner Pat Wilson. Our Chief Marketing Officer, Mark Jaronsky, and the Director of Korean Investment, Kim. And some of our greatest partners in economic development are our private sector partners. And tonight we're honored from Georgia Power to have President and CEO Kim Green and members of her executive team with us. So we appreciate her and the team being here. Peter Carter is also here, the Executive Vice President for External Affairs for Delta Airlines, which, if you haven't heard this, partnered with Korean Air for their daily direct flights between Atlanta and Seoul. I had to get the marketing pitch in there for that. We're also joined by a great leader, several of them from our coastal region, and someone that Marty and I consider a great friend, the Savannah Area Chamber of Commerce President and CEO, Bert Brantley. Jose mentioned Trip Tollison, the President and CEO for the Savannah Economic Development Authority, just a great team, a great partner with us at the state. So Trip, we appreciate you and your team. And we're truly honored to share this evening with leadership from several Korean companies that have chosen to operate in Georgia and remain valued partners, including obviously representatives from Hyundai Motor Company of America and Hyundai Motor Group President and Global CEO, my friend Jose Munoz. Jose, thank you again for your kind introduction. Someone that we have worked literally month after month for years now, Kia Georgia's President and CEO, and a great friend of our office, Stuart Countess. Stuart, thank you so much for your leadership. Also representatives from SK Battery, CJ Foodville, LG, POSCO America, and Hanwha Q-Cells, and many others. Thank you all for being with us tonight. Also, just want to take a moment to acknowledge so many honored guests, and I know it gets monotonous when politicians do this, but it is so important, as Ambassador Stevens was talking about, just the relationships and how people continue to forge those. It's very important that we recognize and continue to build off of that, and I just want to thank a few individuals that have helped strengthen Georgia and America's ties with Korea over the years. Former U.S. Senator Saxby Chambliss and his wife Julianne, thank you all for being here tonight. Former Minister Young Sung Park, Chairman Koo, and members of the Korean International Trade Association, congratulations to you and your team for your great work. President Kemp of the Korea Foundation, representatives from the Korea Trade Investment Promotion Agency, which, by the way, just opened their first Atlanta office last year, so we're very excited about that. And lastly, Jay Kim, president of the Southeast U.S. Korean Chamber. Marty and I certainly consider it a privilege to be with each of you all this evening. In 1976, Georgia proudly welcomed a consular office from Korea. Shortly thereafter, our state began establishing international trade offices. With these first steps, we started down a path to connect with job creators like you in Korea, but in other places around the world. We made further progress down that path when we established the International Trade Office in Korea an unbelievable 40 years ago now, and we have never looked back. Ever since then, in the competitive business of economic development, we have constantly pushed ourselves to be the best, both for partners like you, but also for our Georgia communities. That approach has led to transformational job creation and investment, and nothing embodies that success more than our state's relationship with Korea. Since I first took office in 2019, the connection between Georgia and Korea has only grown, with groundbreaking new investments coming to all corners of our state. As the new governor, I made my first economic development trip of my administration to Korea. In that same year, we celebrated the groundbreaking of the SK Battery Americas facility in Jackson County. Since then, we've announced record-breaking projects from Kia, Hyundai Motor Group, Hanwha Q-Cells, LG, and many others represented here. In the last 10 years, Korean companies have invested over $23.6 billion in new locations or expansions in the great state of Georgia. Incredible. And for the last 3 years alone, Korean firms have committed more jobs to Georgia than any other foreign direct investment market. Those companies knew from experience that Georgia was a good bet, and we are thankful for every single one of those jobs because it means opportunities for a Georgia family and a local community. And as we've moved down that path of partnership, we have crossed many milestones. SK Group was our first major Korean investment when they developed a photo film operation just outside of Atlanta in 1996. Since then, they have only grown and become a global leader in innovation. When Kia then announced a decade later it would open its first U.S. manufacturing plant in West Point, Georgia, we knew we were operating on a scale never before seen in our state. So one of my predecessors created the Director of Korean Investment position at the Georgia Department of Economic Development, and we have grown that team further since. Our current Director of Korean Investment, Yoon Kim, is here tonight and has been nothing short of exceptional. She has spent countless hours building the understanding between our state and Korean companies that has helped fuel 3 straight record-breaking years for economic development. And she has been instrumental in bringing literally billions of dollars and tens of thousands of jobs to Georgia communities. I hope you all will help me recognize and thank Yoon Kim for an unbelievable job. But I will tell you, Uni is not alone. Dozens of our economic development team members work each day with Korean job creators, welcoming them to Georgia. Some of them are here tonight, and I hope you've had a chance to speak with them. Because as Jose said, we're still working on deals here. Jose, I'm still thinking about Hyundai moving the corporate headquarters to the state of Georgia. You know, I'm just saying. But thanks to their ongoing work, there's a reason that Marty's sitting next to you, Jose. But thanks to their ongoing work, at least 19 Georgia companies now have operations in Korea, and over 144 companies with Korean parent organizations operate in our state. But Uni and her colleagues also work with others in my administration to ensure Georgia remains a great place for Korean Americans to call home. We're proud that the Peach State has the third largest Korean population in the United States. And we are grateful that travel between Georgia and Korea is made easy by Delta and Korean Air's daily direct flights between Atlanta and Seoul. Because it is not only Korean job creators that make Georgia such a great place for opportunity. It is also the Korean people themselves who choose to live, work, and raise their families in our state. This growing community contributes an incredible work ethic, strong values, and a commitment to free enterprise that sets Georgia apart from others. Those shared values are important, and even more important now than ever. In the face of global economic and political challenges, with shipping costs higher than ever, ongoing supply chain disruptions, and fallout from lockdowns and government control in China, companies know that they can depend on our people. Georgia's quality workers, low cost of doing business, high quality of life, and speed to market solutions are priorities for our state agencies and local communities. Our 2 deep water ports offer connections to 5 Korean ports, which led to over $13 billion of trade between Georgia and Korea last year alone. Korea is also our 3rd largest importer nation, having grown an incredible 36% between 2021 and 2022. And with Georgia Power's newest reactor now online, the first in the United States in over 30 years, we'll be able to power homes and businesses with reliable, clean energy for decades to come. Each of the job creators with us tonight recognize these distinct advantages of operating in the Peach State, further strengthening our connections. Not long ago, I sat down with Ambassador Hsu, Consul General for Korea in Atlanta, to talk about the special relationship our state has with the Republic of Korea. It was a meaningful conversation as we reflected on our commitment to furthering that relationship and mutual understanding. Together, Georgia is leading alongside Korea in the areas of automotive manufacturing, EV and battery production, and energy innovation as we establish a new supply chain in the U.S. literally from scratch. Together, we are at the forefront of a new economic revolution. And together, we are focused on building on the future. So again, I want to thank you for inviting Marty and me to be with you all tonight, and for your continued partnership in building that future that will bring prosperity for generations to come. Thank you all very much.